Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pwn Star for Hire here, and I am bringing you a freaking sweet gameplay. I have to hit a few things in this game. First off, I'm going to mention this a couple times in my next few videos. If you have not checked out my UCG channel, please go check it out and sub it up. There's going to be a lot of new YouTube talent on there, some of which are new to Machinima, going to Machinima, you know, sleeping with Machinima, whatever. There's going to be some pretty good talent on there, and I'm asking you guys to go check out the channel and sub to it. I'm not saying you have to sub to everybody you see on that, but I think it'd be cool for you guys to check out the occasional new blood on there, because I'm pretty much hand approving everybody. So, you know, either I know them, or they have good commentary, or good gameplay, or both, or something, or, you know, they paid me for sex. Something is going to be worth it. So in this game, I've got the, I believe if I recall correctly, the bloody freaking M16 with thermal on it, and you guys are probably like, what the hell? A few reasons why I chose the M16. It's sexy. Okay, that's just one reason. That's all I have. So, yeah. Second, you guys are probably wondering what I'm doing with thermal. Thermal is the most single requested gun attachment I have ever had. And I think it's because it's so difficult to use, and people try to screw me over, like, hey, do the MP5K with thermal. It's garbage. And in this very game, there's a few things. I show you how I would properly, I guess, spawn lock with smokes being, I say used and everything like that. To be completely honest with this, the perks that I should feel safe with would be either Scavenger Pro or Sleight of Hand Pro. Seeing as how you will miss a few bullets, I'd suggest Scavenger. It'll also help with replenishing the smoke grenades and your nades if you want to spam it in there. So Scavenger is a must in my mind. Stopping power is always sexy. And last but not least, steady aim. And you guys are probably like, why not Ninja? For a couple reasons. If you're using smokes, half the time sound is going to be, you know, dulled down a little bit. For two, you're probably not going to be rushing as much with the thermal. For three, you're not going to zoom if somebody's right up in your face, you know, and just trying to French you. You gotta freaking, you know, spray from the hip. You can take that any way you want. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. You guys need to play efficiently with the thermal. And this is pretty much my tips for this. Put on the smoke grenade, get a Simtex, start smoking the hell out of things. And this was a perfect map for me to demonstrate how I think you should go about using thermal. I can smoke right in front of the windows, or I can smoke B and shoot across the map. You could be like, you just gotta think when you use the thermal. I could be at C, smoke B, and pop bitches at A. This was the very game that I realized that even with an M16, you can actually hold your breath and still fire with the thermal. You know how many gameplays I tried to get together without knowing that? That was bullshit. I thought it's just mine. It's in my mind, and you got to loosen it up, and you got to think, because I thought, well, sniper's the only thing that you can inhale in and hold your breath and, you know, get accurate shots. No, any gun that you have the thermal on, you can do that with. And it's really not the best sight in the world, but if you can learn to use it properly, this could be your best advantage on maps like High Rise or Afghan or something. Well, maybe not so much Afghan, because, you know, smoke really comes in handy on a level balanced area, such as High Rise, where it's one flat, one area, straight across. Afghan, you know, there's cliffs, rocks, ups and downs. For example, if you smoke something towards middle and you're up on the cliff, you know, you're still vulnerable. You can see the guys down there in the smoke, but, you know, everywhere else on the map you're vulnerable. So I'd suggest using it on maps like this. It's really good on Skid Row if you like, you know, watch that, you know, obviously the heavy corridor or whatever, or, you know, either one, the one downstairs or the one that's going across B. You smoke that bad boy, and you know, you just pop bitches right across from that. It's great tactics if you learn to use the smoke grenades efficiently. And that's something I want you guys to try. I mean, I'm trying to get you guys to try new things and have fun, things that you may have never done, and to spice up the game, like I've been encouraging everything on Machinima. And I was considering posting something like this up for Machinima. I'm not sure, because thermal's not the hottest topic in the world, and I don't think I could encourage too many people to use it, because most people know how horrible it can be. It's really not bad with the P90 either. It's a good sized clip. Of course, it's great on sniper rifles, and I chose the M16 because it's burst fire. Using the thermal on an automatic gun, even while burst firing, is a little rough. But a gun like the FAMAS or the M16 is really not a bad gun at all when it comes down to, you know, using the thermal on it. And then you've just got to efficiently find the packs and continuously keep it in your mind that you got to keep smoking you gotta keep smoking and waiting on them to run through your fart cloud, and you gotta play it smart. You keep a somewhat semi-distant area away from you and the enemy or the spawn, and you tear it up. It's really fun to do on domination. It's really not the best in TDM or free for all or anything like that. But objective-based games, minus the fact of search and destroy, I don't know how well it is in search, because you only have one smoke grenade, because I doubt scavenger is something most people work with in search. So I'd say something like demolition or domination or sabo or something. This would be a good setup to run with. And of course I encourage the M16 or FAMAS, whichever you prefer. I mean, at this point there's really not too much of a difference between the two. It's whichever you prefer. I don't know. I played probably a good couple hours with the thermal sight on a few different guns. It was okay on the P90 in my opinion. It was damn good with the M16, and of course it's great face with snipers. But if you've got like a good trigger finger with like the EVR or the 50 cal, this is a great tactic. And it's very underused, and people don't know what the hell to do when smoke is around. I do not suggest you guys to throw a smoke grenade and then try to run in there and breach and play peekaboo, because usually either somebody's camping and waiting, or they'll start tubing or nading it just because they don't know what the hell they're doing. It's just natural instinct. People like to tube or nade, the clouds, and that's what they do. So I wouldn't suggest ever running into it as soon as you throw it out. If it's about to fade, that's one thing, but there's almost always going to be some sort of spray fire or noob tubing or something like that. Most people aren't smart enough to realize that, hey, this guy is obviously thrown 800 smoke grenades in this game. Maybe I want to pull out a thermal, or maybe I want to pull out, a sniper or something like that. They don't catch on. They just keep running at you, and then they just seem as confused. Every smoke grenade you put out there, they're still just as confused. They're like, I don't know what to do. And you think they'd find a way to get around it, but they don't. It really just baffles people. And that's what gives you such a strong upper hand. If you can affectionately use the smoke grenade, it could be the best tool ever with this. And I believe I got 37 and 4. I was using the 5.79, I believe. For the first half of this game, there was only like 3 people on the other team. To be completely honest, it's not the highest killing game ever, but a 37 and 4, that's like a 9, 10 KD, something like that. That's a pretty damn good game. And something for the thermal, that's not bad at all either. And I don't know, I just encourage you guys to do it. If you guys are just trying this out for the first time, toss the UAV on there. That kind of stuff comes in handy. But like I said, if you plan running around and all that hot stuff and not keeping your distance and using the smoke clouds like I am right here, like that's a perfect example of how to use this thing. And if you're not using it properly and you're rushing, make sure you have steady aim, because it's going to matter, because I had the habit of trying to zoom in, and it gives you that distance that you're not going to be able to shoot anybody right in front of you if you zoom in. So steady aim is really useful when doing this. That's when something like the P90 comes in handy. So I don't know, I guess you guys just need to try this out if you haven't before. Let me know what you think. Some guns that are effective with it are obviously the burst fire, something with a large clip, sniper rifles. The FAL would probably be godly for this. I just don't use it because I don't have a fast trigger finger. And a good short-range sidearm such as the AA-12 would be amazing as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Get it!